Today, I'll show you how to create a simple preview in a form field-based template. In this case, it's the preview for a wooden toy box with an engraved name. If you want to know how to create a form field and define important settings for it, then watch the video Create Embroidery Preview with Printess. As you can see, I have already created a template and saved it under the name Wooden Toy Box. Now I need an image for my preview. To do this, I click on the Image tab on the left and on the plus at the top to upload the image for the preview. Now I'll customize the image and the page. Now the text controlled via a form field is still missing. To do this, I click on the Form tab on the left. At the top, I can see the form field I have already created. I simply drag the form field onto my document using the dotted handles, and I have a form field control text. I first make the text smaller so that it corresponds to the size in which it will later be engraved. Then I want to change the color of the text. To do this, I use the pipette to select a slightly darker shade of wood from the image with the box. That fits much better. Now the font with which the name will later be engraved is still missing. I click on the Fonts tab in the resource area on the right and then on the plus at the top to upload the appropriate font. In my case, I simply use a sample font from Google Fonts. I click on the text frame and then on the uploaded font to replace the default font. So far, the text doesn't really fit on the box, so I'll adapt it to the perspective of the box first. I click on the Warp tab on the right, and then select Perspective. Here I can now distort individual points or several points at the same time. I move these points upwards until the font fits perfectly with the perspective of the box. I think it looks really good. I close the Perspective Edit mode. Now I need an effect to reproduce the deepening of the lettering that will be created by the engraving. I click on Effects and select Inner Shadow. To choose a suitable shadow color, I use the pipette and select a color from the shadow of the box. Then I change the position of the inner shadow. I use the light on my preview image as a guide. On this one, the light is coming from the right, so my inner shadow must be on the right in the text. I also reduce the blur effect so that the shadow is easier to see. Almost there. When I'm happy with the design, I click on the shopping cart at the top right to switch to the buyer side and test my preview there. Everything looks good. I click on the Close button to return to the editor. I finally save my template there. I hope this video was helpful to create your own photorealistic previews.